I say it is 7:33 right now, and I'm doing something different because I am in the kitchen making myself something to eat. So I need to be close to my oven. And also I was in the middle of washing dishes. Like I was not actually planning on doing a reading today. Like I felt like after most of the day had gone by that I wasn't going to be needed. I don't know why I thought that, because considering what's happening, I probably should have expected to be. But depending on how the energy changes in between now and the end of the night, I may also be doing another one. So I'm on call. So anyway, I was in the middle of washing dishes because I have been letting them pile up for a few days. So finally I was just like, you got to do what you tell other people to do. Like, how are you going to tell people to do certain things and you're not practicing what you preach? So I was in the middle of washing dishes and I was almost done with it. And all of a sudden, I just started thinking about like feng shui and the whole like art of how your house is and how you keep it and everything. And I'm like, this right here, leaving this clutter is creating a blockage. So then that's instantly when I got the urge to have to do a reading. So I stopped in the middle of doing the dishes because I wanted to finish them actually. But I started getting really nauseous and very anxious, which made me be like, okay, I need to do this, I guess, then. 1:44 on the timer. So here I am. So blockages, that may be the message of today, is figuring out what's holding you back and removing the blockages. It could also have to do with energy blockages. Like if that's your thing and you're into, chakras and things like that, you may need to be very nasally. So maybe I need to clear up something. I have been battling something off and on for about 2 weeks now. So it's finally clearing up though. So my blockages up until this point, up until I started trying to relay a message, 2:22 on the timer, twin flame connection, soul connections with people, your soul tribe. Hopefully you are finding them and they are being attracted into your life. Anyway, I'm just going to go straight into this. I have a feeling that it has to do with blockages. Or blockages within your life, things that you need to organize, self-reflection and things about your life that maybe have been holding you back. So I'm going to start with the trusty deck, the one that's been doing the work here lately. I'm also going to ask for some protection because that was the theme from my last reading, was protection with the energy circulating around right now. I'm sure if you were tuned into anything outside of you, which I have not been, I have no idea what's going on as far as politics right now. I did my vote, I came home, I interacted with the few triggered moments that someone tried to bring negativity in my space, and may I add, I handled them very well. So in real time, I was able to see that I had personal growth. So that's something that blockages you need to work on. 333 on the timer, Ascended Masters. They're here to help you. Talk to them, especially if you're struggling right now. So I'm going to ask on an angel right now for protection, Archangel Michael. At this time, Archangel Michael, I ask you to lend out your protection, serve out karmic justice to any people wishing to send negative energies to me, spiritually or physically, because they'll never prosper. So with the energy today, like I said, I have not been tapped into what's going on outside of me in my house, except for a select few people that I have allowed to interact with me. I've been very mindful about protecting myself, still putting myself out there and, being available to people. And because that's just naturally who I am. I feel like if I hold myself back from that, because I am a true empath, if I hold myself back from doing that to a certain degree, I'm not being authentic to who I am, because that makes me happy. I'd love to be that for people. 444 on the timer, angel number, literally for the angels. They're also here for you. So like if I am in a situation to where I feel like I have to hold back from people the way I want to be, then they're not for me. because I'm not being my authentic self when I'm around them because I feel like I need to be guarded. And there have been a couple of situations today with some people that I felt like I probably shouldn't have had to been, but I guess they were projecting. I don't know, but I did not engage. I was very diplomatic about it. So that's what I'm saying. I know I have done the personal growth. My blockage as far as like living through that childhood trauma state of interacting to stuff like that, I know I got that blockage out the way anyway. So let's see what kind of cards we get from this oracle deck. What do you got for us today, Spirit, in regard to the energy? Affection? We need another one because I need a little bit more insight on that. 555 on the timer, big changes. A little more insight on that because affection could mean a lot of different things. I will do angel numbers for this because I need some clarity on this. Can you give me another card, please, for more clarity? Okay, that one. Okay. Love. Is this turning into a love reading? Oh no. I'm gonna pull one more because I don't do love readings. I've done one relationship reading the other day, but that's not okay. The cards want to talk. I got a few of them. All right. Trust. So I'm done with this deck. This deck is crazy tonight. Trust. Throw it again. Blockage. Blockage. And I haven't been doing this up until this point. Refinement. Stimulation. So the last time that I pulled a few of these cards, they did indeed have to do with relationships. So, but I'm gonna try to read it as just like not relationships, like love relationships, like twin flame soul, like I want to be with you cards. I don't know exactly what that energy has to do with politics, but I will try to read into it collectively for different types of relationships for people. So, okay, the first one is affection. I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. That also goes into the whole theme that we've had lately of the attitude of gratitude, specifically towards people that mean something to you. We're not even proving to them because it should be natural to you to want to compliment or, you know, give someone some affection, the word 811 on the timer, some validation, I guess, for lack of a better word, to let them know that you appreciate them, that they're special to you. Sometimes, a lot of times, especially if you have not been taught how to communicate, because some people's way that they communicate their love language, there are 5 different love languages, and I believe that they are touch, words of affirmation, gifts, and I'm just drawing a blank on the other ones, but like there are 5 different ones because I'm having a lot going on right now. There are 5 different ones that people do, acts of service that are the ways that they give and receive love to other people. So some people's form of affection are words of affirmation. If that is not something that you know how to do because you were not taught how to do that in your upbringing, then that's something, if that's a relationship that you have with that person and that's how they choose to receive love, if you care for them, you're going to have to learn how to speak their language. And not even that, if words of affirmation are that important to you, still, everybody likes a little pat on the back or a little, hey, thank you. As simple as that. Couple seconds. Thank you. I appreciate what you did. Thanks for being there for me. Or, I don't know. You know how you should show appreciation to people, show affection to people. Like I said, it comes in many shapes and forms. Maybe you do want to give them a gift. Maybe that's your way of expressing that to someone that you care about. That's how you show it, not necessarily how you receive it. Maybe you don't know how to express yourself verbally through words of affirmation. Maybe you're not a person that's particularly affectionate in ways of touch. Quality time, that's the other one. Quality time, I mean, I think that should be important for any relationship, but if you do have a trusting relationship with people, then that's not necessarily something that's always something that you have to do. So that's where you're going to have to figure out what affection means for you in any relationship, not just romance. In any relationship, even your working relationships with your coworkers, there has to be some type of communication with you guys. And when someone does something, especially if someone has picked up the slack for you, a simple, hey, thanks, I appreciate you doing that goes a long way, instead of just floating by like that's what they were supposed to do for you. I'm saying affection, words of validation, they go a long way. 1111 on the timer, big changes. Manifesting instantly. So yes, tonight, instantly, we're getting a brand new president. I don't know which direction that's going to go. The number on the top is 12, which singles down to 3. 3 are the Ascendant Masters, so I don't need to tell you what that is. Again, they're the higher up ones that you hear about, the saints, Jesus, Mother Teresa, you know, whoever you tie with, maybe a very high up angel, like Archangel Michael, for instance. 12. Keep your thoughts positive about the future, as what you're thinking influences your future. This is a message to keep your faith and hope strong, because these are strong determining factors right now. So that has always been something that has been a theme throughout this 1111 portal, which is keeping the faith, even though you don't see things materializing right now. And 1212 on the timer, that's a number I have been seeing everywhere. So it's also an angel number card in here, so I may search for it, but I have been seeing that everywhere. And 12, like I said, everywhere. I guess that's the number of the day today. 1 2 3 4 on the timer as well. 12, number 12, for some reason today is very out there. So it means keep your thoughts positive, keep the faith. Things are going to get better, especially if you have your relationship with the Ascendant Masters and your spirit team. They're out there helping you. They really are. Trust me, they are working hard. So we're going to the next one, which is love. I need to speed it up. Love. I mean, love comes in all different shapes and forms. You have love for your pets, love for your children, your siblings, your parents, your best friends. Some people have love just simply for their fellow human because they lead from a heart space. Whatever love looks like to you, it's time to give it out. It's time to put your frequency out there, to let your walls down, to show other people affection, attitude of gratitude. Show them that you appreciate them. I'm telling you, like, that is the best way. And as I'm talking about this, one of my closest friends is texting me right now. Like, if that ain't a thing, I'm telling you. Love. Show your appreciation to whoever is in your immediate life right now that you feel like is vibrating on your frequency. You resonate with them. You see a future of some type with them. It could even be a business partner. Like I said, this doesn't have to be a romance thing. This is also a time right now where, regardless of what happens in politics, no matter which side gets ahead, 1414 on the timer. So repeating numbers are a theme right now. Regardless of which side gets elected, there's going to be a side that's not going to be okay with it. There's going to be some type of backlash. But that's where people are going to have to be self-aware, and they're really, really going to have to dig deep. Sirens in the background. Sirens in the background, and the confirmation and the emergency of it. 1444 on the timer, angels, and the emergency of us coming together and finding commonality somehow. there are talks of people actually thinking that we're going to get to a point to where we are having another civil war. Like, some people are taking it that seriously. I'm not, but believe that I am paying attention, because some people are that serious. 15:15 on a timer. They are that serious. A new president threatens their existence so much that they are willing to tear this country apart completely to mold it in what they believe it's supposed to be. Their ego, not us. Like, I'm a adjust with whoever we get. I will deal with it. But I am not going to fight someone over who sits in a position that at the end of the day, they don't even know who I am. The things that help me in my life from either side right now are being threatened. So I'm basically put into a position 15:55 to where I have to pick it for me individually and for the collectiveness of who I love and what I believe is right. I have to pick the lesser of two evils right now. I don't want to choose either. But that's where we are in America. That's where we are right now. So regardless of who gets elected, we are going to have to figure it out. We are going to have to figure out how to get to a commonality to where we are not having another insurgents, like another storming of the Capitol. Like, I'm going to tell you, I never in my life in a million years ever would have thought that that was something that would happen here, and let alone here by our own people. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm not going to keep talking about politics, and this is why I have not been tuning into politics, because when it comes to politics, it has to do with so much that I'm literally absorbing the anxiety, the angst, the anger of the whole situation. And I have to disconnect away from it. I have to. So love. I'm loving myself right now by creating a boundary from this situation to realize that it's triggering me. It is draining me. So I need to pull my power back right now. 17:17 on the timer. I need to pull my power back right now and protect myself from a situation that at this current moment I have no control over. And that may be with what's going on with you in your life right now, and why you need to let go of some situations. If you don't have any control over it, you got to just let it be. Like I said, that's the theme lately too. Let them. Like I said, I have a tattoo. I'm not going to go through that. But yeah, let them do what they're going to do. But at the same time, try to have a level of love and understanding and commonness to realize that that is another human being, and hurt people sometimes. That doesn't make what they're doing okay, but it at least lets you have a level of grace for them to make you understand that whatever they're doing and however they're behaving has nothing to do with you. Nothing. So 30, which singles down to 3, once again, Ascended Masters, they are out there and they are strongly trying to correct course for what is going on with the energy. 30, you are fully supported by God and the Ascended Masters. Step forward confidently in the direction of your dreams. So that's also been something where when you're being authentically yourself, and I also put a post up today in the Alchemist Tribe group that basically was like, when you're authentically yourself, you don't have to like front, to paraphrase what it said. Like, you're not playing a part. You're yourself in every situation with everybody that you come across. There's no mask. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to keep up the persona, because that is exhausting. That is exhausting. Trying to be everything for everyone. No, there's always going to be someone that doesn't like you, regardless of what you pretend to be, or if you're authentically yourself, who you are. 1919 on the timer. Just stay true to yourself, authenticity. Then you don't have to waste any energy trying to impress anybody. Why are you trying to impress them? I mean, once you're not what they want you to be, or what you've pretended to be that entire time, then they're going to take their energy back from you. And you will have given them yours. So, I mean, what is the point? Trust is the next card. So maybe it has to do with, one, trusting yourself and your intuition and your discernment to who you're allowing in your space. Trusting that this is divine timing and that whatever is meant for you is coming when it is meant for you, once you have done the healing, once you have done the growth. If you're waiting for someone specifically, maybe they're not done with their crap. That's not your problem either. Focus on yourself, and in doing so, you will attract the person that's meant for you. Not necessarily the person that you want, but the person that you need. Okay, so trust the process, the divine process of things. That also has to do with job situations. I've seen in the group where some people have had some really, really, like, new term that I learned, life quake. Like, their whole life has been shaken upside down. They've lost jobs, they've lost relationships, they've lost parents, they've lost children. Like, they've lost these devastating things that, like, some of these experiences I've never had, so I can't, like, exactly relate to it, but I know that it's devastating. It is earth-shattering to them. And right now, more than ever, they're having to trust in something that's bigger than themselves. They're having to have faith. They're having to have hope. They're having to trust that better days are coming. And maybe that's where the love and affection comes from too. Having love and affection for yourself, having some grace, being gentle for yourself right now because you're going through a hard time. If you don't have anybody doing it for you, you don't have your soul tribe yet, or, you know, maybe you're not tapped quite into your spirit team yet, you got to start learning how to do that for yourself at least. Like, trust in yourself that you are strong enough to at least grow a little bit each day. And even if you don't grow a little bit each day, just show up. Just show up each day and see what happens. And, you know, I mean, I've been in that position myself where to give a little backstory, I'm 3 years separated from someone that I was engaged to for 2 years. We had a foster child together. That was my life. That's what I saw my life going towards. And after COVID, when we were quarantined with each other, our relationship completely imploded. It was over. Done. My ex is a narcissist, however. I learned that after the fact, but I'm not going to get too deep into it. Long story short, I went through 2 years of the deepest, darkest depression ever imaginable, at least for myself. So I can relate to you guys that, like, life is just shit right now. But the entire time, and that's when my relationship grew with the divine. I didn't have anyone there for me. It was me. It was me at the bottom of the barrel, trying to figure it out, not seeing any light, literally trying to claw my way out of situations, sometimes falling back down and having to start back over again. Some days not wanting to even try or want to start over again. 23. I was in a really dark place. But at the same time, I did trust in something the entire time. Now, as my healing went on, that trust was for different things. But I did have trust for something the entire time. And I built my relationship with spirit throughout that entire process. Biggest growth period for me have been the last 3 years. I had to trust in the process, and it got me here. And I'm going to tell you, life is great. I'm so happy I didn't give up on myself. Now, hopefully you guys get to a point to where you feel that way about your life too, because you've trusted the process. Maybe you're having people come into your life right now that you can actually trust. Soul tribe, people that resonate with you because you're sharing your story, you're sharing your frequency, you're sharing your gifts, you're going out to this world and you're leading with love. I'm gonna tell you, love wins every time, hands down. I don't care what you look like, I don't care what your money is, I don't care what your intellect is. If you are a genuine, loving, caring person, that's for my friend. 24:44 on the timer. Like, that's bellissimo to me. Like, that's magic. For real. Trust the process. Angel number 21, which singles down to 3. Once again, Ascended Masters. Your optimism is definitely warranted. The angels are working behind the scenes on your behalf right this very minute. You can help support the angels' work by saying positive affirmations and believing that your dream is already manifesting. So yeah, I mean, maybe you might not have what you want in this moment materializing, but if you trust the process and you almost have it's almost delusional, a delusional belief that what you want can happen because you're putting the work in and you're focusing on the positive in your life and you're getting rid of the blockages, the things holding you back, then I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And that's where the refinement comes in, the refining of your thoughts, the refining of your behavior, your past behaviors, your patterns of behaviors that you just got very comfortable in falling into because you didn't know any better. Maybe you weren't taught. That was my case for a really long time. Despite what you guys may think, I did not used to be good at communication at all. Not even a little bit. And that's because I grew up in a household that when there were problems, they were not addressed. Everything was swept underneath the rug. And then the next second, everybody acted like nothing ever happened. So nothing was ever talked about. Nothing was ever processed. And that's what I was taught was an example of how relationships worked. And they definitely, that learned behavior definitely affected lots of my adult relationships. So I had to refine my behavior. I had to do the work to retrain and remap my way and my reactions to things. So that could be what's happening right now. In order for you to trust yourself, in order for you to trust other people, to trust the process, you're going to have to refine that childhood trauma that makes you fearful of things, that makes you think that you're not worthy of things, that makes you almost paranoid to the fact that you are never going to have people in your life that are really going to be there to support you. Because if that's what you keep on repetitively thinking about in your head, guess what you're attracting? 27 on a timer. Like, that is the thing too. I don't know what all those numbers mean, but I do know that it's repeating. So that could be like, now is the time. If you don't want to repeat the pattern, you gotta like do these things in order to trust the process. You gotta refine your thoughts. You gotta come from a place of love. Let your walls down. Figure out how you can show someone that you appreciate some form of affection. If you really care for them, then you should know like how they, in some way, shape, or form, how they prefer to be shown gratitude, what their love language is. If you're in a romantic relationship with them, you absolutely better know what they want. Like, stimulation. And how ironic. Stimulation. Oh, I didn't read the numbers. 42 single down to 6. So 42 is the angels are urging you to keep the faith. And that's what I've been saying this entire time. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. It's changing. Today is the 5th. Big changes. I made a video earlier today where it was right after I did the voting, and I was talking about the energy of what I was feeling at that point in time. And towards the end of the video, I had noticed 5:55 on the timer, and then had, you know, also the thought that today was the 5th. So big changes. I'm telling you, big changes. So 6. Don't worry or obsess about material items, including money. Worry lowers the effectiveness of your prayers. Fortunately, the angels can answer your prayers if you ask them to. So yeah, talk to them. You know, just put it out there. And then once you put it out there, here is a some advice about that. Don't think about it anymore. Because the more that you think about it after you have put your intention out there, that is you basically being like, oh my God, I don't trust it. I don't trust the universe. I don't trust the universe. And you keep reiterating the same intention over and over and over and over again, like you think you're giving it more power because you keep thinking about it. It's not doing what you think it's doing. You're obsessing over it. And when you're obsessing over it, that means you don't trust that it's going to happen. So really sit with it. With your intention is maybe do a ritual. Like I've suggested to some people, candles. Do your research though. If you do not have any knowledge in candle work, just don't be out there doing anything. Like different candles mean different things. Different colors mean different things. Me personally, when I do candle work, I do not do spell work on other people. That is off limits to me and who I am and my character. I will never do a spell on another person. I use my spells for protection, to get rid of negativity, and to attract positivity to me. And that's it. So if I were to use a pink one, it's for self-love. It's for love and give and take in business relationships or friendships. Or if it is for romance, I don't put a specific person. I just say romance. That's it. I will literally carve the word romance on there and leave it to the discretion of how it's going to happen. Just love in whatever form. That's what a pink candle can be used for. Black one's protection. White ones can be used for anything. They're neutral. So that's the safe candle to use if you do decide to do candle work. That is a way of putting intention behind your thoughts. 31:11 on the timer. You can figure out things. There's a wealth of knowledge online. There's a wealth of knowledge within the group. If that's your thing, there's a whole chat for people that can give you all the advice that you want on that. But be mindful about it. Do not just go up in there and thinking that it's not real. It's very real. So be careful with that. So where was I? Yeah, 6. Don't obsess about it. Put your intention and your thought out there and trust that the universe is going to find a way to bring it to you in the important time, the divine timing. Just because you put it out there doesn't mean it's instantly going to manifest tomorrow. It's going to happen when it's meant to. Like I said, you can't lie to the universe about your self-growth and whether or not the universe feels that you're ready for it. Not when you feel like you're ready for it. That's where the divine timing comes. Things have to be orchestrated in the background. Do you think that person's just going to have an epiphany in their head all of a sudden and know that they need to show up in your location so you guys can be together? No, chain of events have to happen separately for you to come together at some point in time. Same for job situations. The job you want might not have been available 6 months ago, but maybe the person that was in the position you wanted had something happen and they're not there now. And now that company is looking for someone. That someone could be you. There's all kinds of different situations that could apply to, not just love and relationships. So stimulation. Stimulate your mind probably. And if it does have to do with love and romance, then you know what stimulation is. We are adults and I do not need to fill in the blanks for you. But in a intellectual point of view, stimulate your mind, stimulate your learning so that you can grow. The more you know. I mean, reading Rainbow Shirt. I didn't even wear this on purpose. But I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in 1980, so I grew up on this. Back then in the 80s, knowledge was power. It was everywhere you looked. Everything we saw on TV, down to the cartoons, was there to teach us something. But back then, they taught us that the world was a very different place from what reality was when we grew up. That's for sure. I definitely had a shock about that when I grew up. Everything that they instilled into us when I was a kid anyway was the complete opposite. But that's just my experience, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it is. You need to stimulate yourself, educate yourself. Maybe stimulate yourself as far as loving yourself, figuring out what you need to do for self-care for yourself to stimulate that desire for yourself, that love for yourself, to stimulate wanting to exist. Like I said, some of you could be at the bottom right now. Depression, something major could have happened for you. That's where you need to find something that's going to stimulate your life enough for you to want to at least survive so that you can eventually thrive. Another theme has been the number 9, which means get to work, but at the same time, get to work doing baby steps. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself some grace. Give yourself some gratitude for having made it this far. And when you do get better and you are another version of yourself, be thankful for the version that you are right now, because the version that you are right now is the version that's not giving up on you. So the previous versions of you, thank them as well. No matter what you've been through, thank every version that you have been of yourself, because they have made you who you are right now. They've brought you to this moment with me, and thank you for being here. And they will help create the person that eventually you will be. And hopefully that will be a person that you're proud of. So stimulate your mind, stimulate your love, stimulate your heart. The number is 18, which singles down to 9, which is what I was just saying. Get to work. Get to work on yourself. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. The number 18. And it's Chili's too. So whatever's happening in the future is going to be spicy. Life might be spicy. Life might be spicy. So 18. Your thoughts are the valve that opens and shuts your financial flow. As you stay positive, all the material resources you need come to you easily. However, worry can stop this flow. So ask your angels to help you stay upbeat, especially where it concerns money. So if you are moving into wealth and abundance, which has also been something, then life could get real spicy. You could be stimulated by a lot of new experiences, meeting a lot of new people, going to new places. Like, life is right now limitless possibilities. Whatever you want, just trust. Just trust. And I'm going to pull one angel card and then one soul truth card for the homework, and we will be done. But I'm satisfied with this. So yes, work on your blockages so that you can move forward, trusting the divine timing, so you can get that life, man. Whatever that life looks like to you. And in some cases, it could absolutely be what you never even dreamed imaginable. Like it could literally be something that is beyond your wildest dreams. 12. And there's another one. 12. Again, like from the beginnings. I need to find that 12-12 card. And 24 is double 12. I definitely need to find that 12-12 card real quick. Like, it has to happen. I'm not pulling any other cards, but I need to find that one. And watch it be... But in the meantime, I'm going to read what 12 says. Creativity. I'm a visionary. Creativity is the driving force in your life. There it is. Yes. 12. I'm a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. I'm a visionary. So like I said, you might have a gift or a talent or something to put out into this world. Maybe you're an artist, a musician, a teacher, a healer. Maybe you want to be someone that works like first responders. Like something that gives back to community, not just yourself. Be visionary about it. So then the next one was 24, which is, you know, twice 12. Which the repeating numbers too. 2 sets of the same number, just like this. So double. I'm generous. You have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. You're loyal to your loved ones and you're able to be the nurturer, the protector, and the provider all at once. I'm generous. And hopefully if you do have soul tribe people and you are showing them the affection and giving them the love of the relationship, you should be being generous with your emotions. And however you choose to express that to them, not everyone always knows how you feel. Regardless of what you may think, sometimes you may need to have an action involved to make that person understand that. So 12-12, which I said has been numbers I've been seeing all day. 12-12, stay focused on the best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. I am focused. So that's it. Focus no matter what happens today, politically or within your daily immediate life. Stay focused. Trust. Everything's going to work out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Just saw this and I'm going to close with this. 333. I'm powerful. You are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts and light worker, assisting all of humanity, living your truths and be the positive light for others. So that's what's going into this evening as well with the election and everything. You're powerful. There's going to be people that are going to need a beacon of light moving forward. Be that person. Heal from your past trauma so you are not projecting that onto other people. So with that, I love you guys so much. Hopefully you got something that resonated from this. I say protect yourself. Going into tomorrow, it might even be worse than it was today. Because like I said, there's going to be some side that's not okay with what's happening. So be mindful of that. Protect yourself. I love you guys. Till next time.